Good morning, guys. I've just woken up. It's Monday morning. I've got the day off from work, so I thought I'd start a little vlog about what I would get up to on your average day off. Shamefully, it's a Monday, and my two best mates are at work. My missus is overseas, so I won't be getting up to my usual stuff, but I'll take you through a couple of things I'll do in a day. Okay, so a lot of people mainly want to know about my training and food and stuff, which is fine, but I'll get more into my actual diet per se, or what I eat, on another video. But today's just a vlog, so I'll take you through the sort of things I would eat. And today I'm going to train first thing in the morning, which I don't often get to do because of work. So my meal that I'm going to have now is going to be a little bit more carbohydrate based to give me the energy to train. But yeah, if I wasn't training in the morning and I was normally going to work, my food would be different because, I don't need that initial energy kick to train. So yeah, don't take this as my first meal every day, but it's my first meal today because of what I'm about to do. So, okay, so here we have my little cooking station for the morning. Unfortunately, most things that I do eat have to jump onto this scale before I do so. And so my initial meal is 100 grams of oats. So, 102. Whoops. 100 grams of oats. I chuck that in water and I put her in the microwave for a couple of minutes. Now that my oats have been nicely cooked, I add 40 grams of a whey protein, just to kind of turn the oats into a little bit more than just oats in the morning. Always nice to have a little kick in the morning. I'll then just pretty much mix that in, and I'll add some brown sugar and cinnamon to make it kind of taste a little bit nicer. But I know we all really want to eat these bloody favourites up here for breakfast, but unfortunately, no dice. Also, adding to that, I have 60 grams of neutral grain. So now that I've had my breakfast and I let it settle for about an hour before I train, I've just hopped on my computer. I've applied to a couple of emails, a couple of work-related things, which I like to get out of the way in the morning on my days off. But I'm about to train now, and what I do like to have before I train is I tend not to take like a commercial pre-workout or anything like that, but I will have 2 little caffeine pills. So each pill has 200 milligrams of caffeine. So 400 milligrams of caffeine altogether, which is the equivalent of about 4 to 5 coffees. I find that just helps me sort of concentrate, get my heart rate up, my body temperature up, sweat a little bit more in the gym, and just kind of helps with my all-around concentration and work ethic in there. So I have that, and then I have a little tiny teaspoon. So as you can see, it's like the size of the tip of my nose. It's about 2 grams of beta-alanine. So it's a really nice day out here, so I'm not really sure why I'm wearing a jumper, but let's do it. So as I drive to the gym, I thought I would speak to you a little bit about what the gym is to me at the moment. I've gone through like a couple of stages since I was about 15, 16 years old where, oh my lord, that's not good. All right, I'll just hold it. Yeah, I guess when the start when I was training, I was really enticed by the look of being a bodybuilder, and I thought that was, one of the coolest things around, was to be this absolute monster that was, intimidating and scary. And so I tried to do that by putting on a lot of weight and becoming a big boy, but I realized when I was 108 kilos, I didn't look anything like those guys. I was just this big fluffy mess. And so, yeah, as times changed, I got into powerlifting, and I decided that, I thought that being able to lift really heavy weights was the right way to go about things, because that meant that I was strong, and that kind of validated my my time in the gym and my time spent there, because I had something to show for it.
And now I'm kind of at the place where, you know, I step in there and I don't really worry about the numbers that I'm lifting. I don't try and, you know, I used to be able to deadlift, you know, big numbers and bench big numbers and squat big numbers, but now I concentrate on really, I guess, just getting through a lot of volume in my sessions, because I really like being in the gym. It's like an hour or 90 minutes of my day that I truly enjoy, and it's never a hassle for me to get there. It's never a struggle. I look forward to it each day. But at the same time, I started to get a few niggling injuries when I was powerlifting, and kind of set me back, but then also kind of put me off. And so I've just gone back to essentially training, people would say, as a bodybuilding style of training, because I sort of pick a body part a day and then sort of just roll with it. So I start with, you know, a larger compound movement. So legs, that would be, you know, I start with a squat and then move on to accessory movements. Chest, I would start with a bench. Shoulders, I would start with a military press. Back, I would start with deadlifts, etc., and then move on to smaller movements throughout the session to hit all my smaller muscles within the target muscle group. But yeah, I'm heading off to train today by myself, and I will be I'll be training back today. I did train chest yesterday in the morning, and I went back at night to do shoulders and arms, because I just felt like training again. I didn't want to sit at home and watch a movie. My mate was starting a new job the next morning, and my other mate had his missus over, so I thought I would make myself scarce and put my head to work. So I guess one more thing I just wanted to say before I start is that, you know, I try to make this part of my life as sustainable as possible, and that means that although I do try and get in here every day and do try and do my thing and work hard, I also don't let it overcome my life like it used to when I was a bit younger. This is all I would think about. This is all I would plan my days around. I wouldn't go to certain events because I wouldn't want to skip the gym. I wouldn't want to eat differently. I wouldn't want to drink. I wouldn't want to go out with friends. I wouldn't want to party. And I guess now I'm starting to realize that at 25, being an adult, is that you can have your cake and eat it too. I can still enjoy this part of my life, train hard, still eat well or according to my goals, and still enjoy the outside things, like going out to eat with my friends and my missus all the time, going to events, not missing out on the little things in life that make life enjoyable. Alright guys, so we're training back here today, and I'm going to start with some chin-ups, some close grip chin-ups, just to get my back warm, get a few sets in. So I'm going to start with 5 sets of 8. Alright, chin-ups done and dusted, and we're moving on to just a simple row. I've found with this over the years, I've tried to drop my weight down a little bit and concentrate on keeping my back right and keeping my form good, because otherwise you're just reefing the weight up and it doesn't look good, and you don't really get a good squeeze in your back. So here's to how I'm doing it. Alright, so 5 sets of that again, and now on to 5 sets of the lat pull down, my favourite exercise. So I'm going to concentrate on pulling down with my elbows, and it's a movement for our lateral dorsal out here. Alright, one of my favourite back exercises is a single arm row. I feel like it gives me a really good squeeze. I'm able to go pretty heavy, which is nice because you keep the control of this one, but it's obviously finishing. So here we go. Alright, so as the session gets further along, pretty much I move from bigger exercises to smaller accessory movements. So here's really one I like tacking on to near the end of my workout. So I still keep it at about 4 to 5 sets and try and get through as much volume as possible. So between 12 and 15 reps. Alright, so coming to the end of the session, we're going to jump into a superset now. So I'm going to do a low cable row with a straight bar pull down. So here goes. Alright, so the weight session's over. It took me a little bit longer than expected because obviously I was filming and trying to organise stuff with getting people to film me, etc, etc. But after a session, at the moment I don't usually, but my training partner's gone away and I promised him that when he gets back after his month trip that I'll be in the best shape he's ever seen me in. So that means jumping on this little bad boy. At the end of the session, I do a little 3K run at the end of the session just to finish it off and try and burn a couple extra calories, but here goes. So session done, cardio done, and this is my current conditioning at sitting about 94 kilos at the moment. So as you can see, lean, but not the leanest I've ever been, and keeping things in check. But when my boy gets back from overseas, you better believe I'm gonna be in the best shape possible. So here's to it. Alright, back in the car, driving home. Time to think about what I'm gonna eat. And yeah, a lot of you guys have asked about my diet, but I don't really have a diet per se. I just have a bunch of numbers surrounding macronutrients, which I have to sort of hit each day. So I guess this approach to dieting would be called flexible dieting, because it means that there's no specific foods that I have to eat necessarily day to day, but I kind of just can eat however I please as long as the foods that I'm eating fit within those numbers each day. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, and my sort of eating style is I'm not a big preparer of food. I don't really like spending an hour in the kitchen, or food to me is, I see it sort of as a fuel. Unless I'm going out to eat, I'm sort of want to have the meal ready to eat as quick as possible. So to me, if that's cans of tuna and crackers, or if that's muesli and yogurt, or oats this morning, things take 2 minutes to make. That's kind of the way I like to eat. So I'm home, I'm ready to have something to eat, and this is the masterpiece that I created in the kitchen over the last couple of minutes. So I'm having 3 cans of spring water tuna, and I'm having some barbecue delights, and I will be finishing the whole packet because they're delicious. But the reason I eat this is because I guess in the tuna there is no fat, because it's spring water tuna, a lot of protein. 3 cans is almost 50 grams of protein, so after my session. And then the delights, to me, is like having a treat, but it's not really. It's kind of, it feels like I'm having a packet of chips, but there's only about 10 grams of fat in the whole packet. Howdy guys, last thing to do for the day, essentially. So I've been looking at starting to work with this company, or hoping to work with them. And the other day they asked me to send them some professional headshots, of which I had to embarrassingly say that I don't actually have any, believe it or not. So they asked me to go get some. So this afternoon I'm on my way. I booked in with a photographer, and I'm gonna take some shots, or hopefully get some good ones to send them. Got some outfits in the back ready to go. So fingers crossed I can come up with some good ones in the next hour or so. So see you guys. Getting some shots done with my boy Ollie over here. We went outside, we shot around town, and now we're back in his little mini studio getting it done on a black wall. So thanks to Ollie for looking after me, appreciate it. All right, so I just got home from doing some headshots and doing some shooting this afternoon with a friend of mine. But time for dinner. Once again, very boring and very quick to organize. 2 YoPro yogurts, pretty much no fat, no carbs, just protein. And then on top, I put about 50 grams in each one of toasted granola, which I am in love with. But yeah, pretty much that's it. And it turns out after that little dinner, I was still hungry. So I've got myself 200 grams of chicken breast with a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. And I've got myself another packet of these because it's easy and simple, and it's late and I'm tired. Today's come to an end. Thanks for watching. See you guys another time.